Why are we here again? I'll tell you why we're here. This is the almost podcast, I guess. I guess it's almost a podcast, but it's not really because it's a playthrough of Skyrim, even though I was halfway through doing one and I didn't even finish it or nothing. I made an attempt, played a bit of it, but yeah, no, I just I don't know, haven't had time. But I feel like if I don't edit, if I just, I mean, I try. I know I said all this with the Fortnite stuff as well. That was a trip, but play a game, don't edit it, just record it, upload it. Oh, it's and I can upload it, and then I don't really have to think about much about it. I can just do that. I'm gonna play Skyrim because I was looking for the games on PS4, and I don't know. This is what I had that I felt like playing more than others.
You're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right?
Well, yeah. If you've seen this intro, I mean, if you haven't, you can watch the fucking intro from the playthrough I did before. Yeah, no, this bit's boring usually. But yeah, no, the reason I call it half a podcast, I guess, is because I'm not really focused on gameplay or what's happening. I mean, I'm sure I'll notice things and I'll probably talk about it. It's more of a chill thing where I just talk about shit that's going on in the real world. So, I mean, what's been going on so far in my sort of life, my interests, I guess. I've been playing a lot of FIFA, Call of Duty, on the Xbox. I can't use. I would use the Xbox more than the PlayStation because I've got more games on there that I enjoy. I'd love to play Red Dead Redemption 2 on there, but my Snowball mic doesn't work on there.
I'm from Rorikstead.
Enjoying a lot of that. I've just been chilling, watching YouTube and stuff like that. I watched. I've been watching a lot of Game Grumps recently. I really like Game Grumps and Neebs Gaming. I tell you what, I watched their Subnautica series. They've now released a video. I mean, they've released a video ages ago, but I've only just realised it. And it's a video of them playing Subnautica, the whole playlist but in one video, and I don't know, I like it. I think the way they just change it from oh, you know, this is me playing the game, the way they pretend that they're the characters. If you haven't seen it, it's an excellent series where the people from Battlefield Friends in their gaming channel, Neebs Gaming, they play games on there, and the Subnautica series is basically, if you've seen Subnautica, you're a person who is aboard a ship and you crash on an alien planet, and your main objective is to basically leave the planet and go back home. And rather than, what they do is play the game, talk about the game, they interact with the game as if the guy is the main character, the person who's the main guy, and this is called Aptro. Really funny. It's a really good series, and I really suggest it.
No, wait, we're not rebels.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about watching that recently. I get into I mean, it's like what some people get like with box sets. Some people get like with box sets, so they watch an episode, then they're like, oh, watch another. I get like that with YouTube series I enjoy. Game Grumps and Neebs Gaming have probably been the main ones for me recently, for my main source of entertainment. I got some new headphones that are a tenner in HMV, but I like the look of them. They look like Beats. Obviously they ain't got the B at the side. They're called Roam, and they're white. They're not amazing quality headphones. I mean, I'm using them now, but I like the look of them, and
are you?
I sort of like been trying to oh, let's make an archer character. Yeah, let's make an archer. But I've been sort of looking at things differently. Like I want to get this because, you know, I think it looks good with this. I guess I'm trying to change the way I look a lot, in terms of like I'm trying to be more, yeah, let's make him skinny. I'm trying to be more self-aware of this, is of trying to make myself more presentable. And I guess I haven't done that much in the past. Another reason why I got a haircut recently, which was pretty cool. I really like it. It's just cut from when it's short. If you've seen an update video of me, you know I look really scruffy and shit. Just make some crazy cat here. Yeah, some American football classic hard warrior face. Make it out blurred. So we're just messing around with the character here, yeah. Yeah, I've just been chilling really. I've been working. I work at Mackey's. That's my job at the moment, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Because at the end of the day, it's a job, and man's got to work, man's got to provide. Not that I have to provide for anyone, but I you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do around the house. It's Christmas coming up. We're at November. Let me check on my phone. Sorry if you're just watching this for the gameplay. November 26th. Alright, let's just rush through this. But November 26th, we're coming up to about Christmas time, so I've been doing a bit of Christmas shopping. I've been saving up, trying to get more shifts, trying to get everything prepared. At least that's my main concern at the moment. Doing this for a bit of fun, really. So that's what I've been doing recently. Yeah, grey lids, why not? I don't like this hair. It makes him look like I don't know if you play if you remember in Black Ops 3, the zombies, the guy in the first map you ever play in Zombies 3. It's like he's got the crazy hair. That's what that reminds me of. I think a wood elf. It seems more wood elfy type hair. I want a beard. Well, not. I wanted more of a moustache. I'll have that. And that, yeah. I like that. I like that character. When you're working and you know when you, because I'm a young adult. I'm 22 years of age, and what should I call him? Sorry, I'm getting off track, but what's a wood elfy type name? I guess something like Lorias. Oh shit! I meant to put a second name. Oh, there he is, Lorias.
To come alone to Skyrim.
Alright,
Captain,
so yeah, when you're working, and when you get, because I'm a young adult, I sort of still have vivid memories when you're a child, getting presents, and it feels great getting it. And then you hear people like, oh, I feel much better giving gifts than receiving them. And I was like, always, whatever. It's a weird thing to feel. Not many people feel like that.
Some here in Helgen call you a hero, but
I'll tell you what. Recently, I'm not saying I feel the same,
You
I
started
do like
this war,
receiving
plunged
gifts,
Skyrim
especially if
into
it's something I
chaos,
really want.
and now the Empire is going to put you
I'm
down
sure as many
and
people,
restore the peace.
or most people feel. But when you give someone, say, and they're like, and you know you
Carry
fucking
on.
nailed it, you know you got it
Yes,
right, you know it's
General
something they've been
Titus.
wanting for ages,
Give them their
and then
last
you finally give it
rites.
to them and their face lights
As
up.
we commend
That's
your
great. It's a
souls
great,
to
great feeling.
Aquarius.
Makes you feel,
Blessings of the 8 divines
makes you
upon
feel
you.
For the love
great.
of Talos, shut up and
Um,
let's get this over.
Learn our
So yeah,
as you wish.
feeling that a bit lately, and sort of excited, like, oh yeah,
Come
they're gonna
on,
fucking
I
love
haven't got
this.
all morning.
I fucking nailed it, and yeah, I'll get a bit aggressive with it.
My
But,
ancestors are
yeah,
smiling at me
I've
in
been,
heroes. Can you say
working,
the same?
grinding, chop his head off, boop, boom goes the dynamite.
You imperial bastards!
Trying to think, what's been going on lately in the world? I'm trying to think of
As
topics that
fearless
have
in death
happened in real
as
life
he
that
was in life.
I've drawn a blank.
Next, the world.
Oh, it's me. Oh, I've been watching a lot of
it
UFC
is.
lately.
Did you hear that?
If you're into UFC
said,
or
next
know anything
prisoner.
about
To
it,
the block, prisoner. Nice and easy.
you'll know that John Jones is fighting Alexander Gustafsson. And if you don't know who Johnny Bones Jones is, he's a crazy cat, let me tell you. I won't go too much into it, but let's just say he's one of the most gifted fighters to ever live, but he's constantly fucked up by drug driving,
What in oblivion is that?
keep failing
What do you see?
drug tests, stuff like that. Just a lot of drug related stuff actually. And yeah, last time he fought Gustafsson, who's a tough Swedish motherfucker, reminds you of Dolph Lundgren but more badass. They're both fighting, and he was John Jones's hardest fight. They're fighting soon, and I'm fucking jazzed for it.
Get up! Come on! The gods won't give us another chance!
I'm trying to remember. Yep, L1's to run.
Jarl Lothric, what is that thing?
I
The
wonder.
legends be true!
Legends don't burn.
I wonder if it's going to be the same, because it was like a fight. It was like one of the biggest fights of all time.
Now!
Um,
Up through the tower!
and they're fighting
Let's go!
soon. For I believe the interim light heavyweight championship. Ooh. So that's going to be fun to watch.
Hammond, you need to get over here. Now! Got it, boy. Toro!
And in terms of like, you know,
Still alive, prisoner? Keep close to me.
other
if you want
things
to
that's
stay
been
that way.
happening, like Ben Askren,
Gunnar,
he's
take care of
come
the boy.
back
I have to find
to the
General Tullius and join
UFC.
the defense.
Well, not come back. What am I on about? He's come to the UFC. He never was in the UFC. He should have been in the UFC. He's one of the he's one of the biggest
close to the
phenomenons
wall.
in the world right now. Undefeated fighter. He is funky. He is fresh, and he is about to destroy people. I'm telling you now.
Quickly, follow me.
If you're a fan of UFC but don't know who Ben Askren is, I'm throwing out names you probably don't even know, but he is a bad motherfucker with a fucking curly afro type dude, and he sort of just drags people down,
It's
and
you and me, prisoner. Stay close.
instead of people being like,
What does it take to
oh,
kill
I'm
this
gonna
monster?
get out of this and fight, he's like, no you're
Out of my
not.
way.
You just sit there and be a good boy while I quickly pummel your face a bit. And he's so weird about the way he sort of moves around people, stretches their limbs until they're just screaming. Oh, who do we choose?
Let's go.
We'll go Hadvar. Why not? Oh, we went Hadvar last time. We'll go Rayloff. So yeah, looking forward to him coming back. He's calling out everyone because everyone was like, "Oh, you're a bitch" and that. But now he's in the UFC. Now he's talking all this shit. And what's everyone else doing? Crickets. The only one who's really responded properly that I've seen, I'm sure there's been others, but from what I've seen, is Darren Till, and that'd be a fun fight. But I just saw
meet
what
again in
Woodley's
Solomon,
wrestling did to him, and Woodley and Askren teammates.
Looks
Woodley
we're
being
only ones
the
who made it.
welterweight champion of the world,
That thing was a dragon.
and
no doubt.
Woodley
Just like the
just
children's
fought
stories
Till
and the
and
legends.
ruined him with wrestling. And
harbingers of
if
the end
Askren's is
times.
20 times better than that,
We
as
better get moving.
he's
Come
probably
here.
claiming.
Let me see if I can get those
If you
bindings
ask
off.
if you ask the welterweight champion of the world who's got the better
There you go.
wrestling,
You May as well take Gunjar's gear.
There is no
He won't be
contest.
needing it
Ben
anymore.
Askren all day. He's one of the best. He's definitely
Gunjar
one
isn't
of.
coming back
Wait,
from the dead.
what the fuck?
Take
He's
his
definitely one of the
armor and
best.
anything else on him.
So that'd be fun to see. I'm looking forward to see who he
All
first
right. Get that
fights.
armor on and give that axe a few swings.
And
I'm
in
going to
terms
see
of
if I can
like
find
other
some
stuff
way out of here.
I'm
This one's
watching,
locked. Let's see about that gate.
been experiencing. I've been watching a lot of. I'll tell you what. I've been watching a lot of.
No way to open this
If
from
you're
outside.
from the UK and you look through Freeview channels,
Come on,
The
soldier.
Imperials.
Keep
Take
moving.
cover.
you'll know. You might have heard of. It's like a quiz show of something called Would I Lie to You, and the premise of the show is it's run by or hosted by Rob Brydon. Is it Rob Brydon? It's something like that. I think it's Rob Brydon. And then you have two teams of 3 people, which consists of
Maybe one of these Imperials had the
Lee Mack, who's usually on the green side, and who's been on shows before. I'm trying to think. He was in a show that I actually enjoyed, but I haven't watched in a while. And David Mitchell, who's the other guy, he was on a show called Peep Show,
Come on.
which is another sort of comedy. And then the rest are filled up with like guests, you know. But it's a really funny show, and the premise of the show is basically you have a lie or a truth, and what you have to do basically is convince the other team you're either telling the truth or you're lying. So say if you have something that you have to lie about, like, oh, I once drank toilet water because I was thirsty and we had no water or whatever, I don't know. If that actually happened, I'm pretty sure the premise is
See if you can find
you
any
have to
potions.
try and convince them that you are telling. If it's true, I think you have to convince them you're telling a lie, and vice versa. If it's a lie, you have to convince them it's the truth. And because it's got comedians in it, it's a very funny show. Lee Mack's very funny in it. He's my favourite out of him and Mitchell.
Done.
And I've been
Let's get
watching
moving.
that a lot, like an unnormal amount. Because there's episodes on YouTube and stuff like
It's a torture room.
stuff like that.
Come on.
So that's been really fun to watch actually. I mean, I really like I like the premise of the show, like the way everything's like handled. But I also think the people involved are funny, and their interactions make the show better. So, just concentrating on this for a sec.
It's locked. See if you can get it open with some
So,
picks.
so when I watch that,
Might need that gold once
I
we
do
get out.
laugh, and sometimes I struggle with shows that I actually like physically laugh at. Like I'll smile at something because I think, oh yeah, it's topical, or you know. But that show actually like makes me laugh because it's because they're pretty quick-witted in terms of like coming up with a quick-witty sort of phrase to say to something, or you know, sometimes the lies are so ridiculous that you like,
Waiting to be killed by a dragon.
is this so fucking weird and stupid that it's actually true? Because that's a great possibility that's what's happened, that it's just so ridiculous but it's true, or that it's you know, that it's actually just a lie and they're bullshitting you. And sometimes they put themselves into corners and that, and I guess I'm just I guess I'm just a horrible person. I just like seeing them struggle. So sometimes I just like seeing them be like, well, no, I fucked it. Let's drop 5. Let's drop 2 actually. Yeah. So yeah, that's a very funny show in my opinion.
Let's go on ahead.
It's good to like. I mean, I don't know if I'm one of like these people that are only like this, but I tend to struggle watching things and make me physically and stuff like that. You know, it's things like that don't seem to get me. I guess because I don't see a personal side to it, and I guess something like that where it's like I could imagine having a conversation with someone, them saying something, and then or me saying something and them coming back with me with something funny and clever to combat that, and I would laugh at that. That's something that makes me laugh and adds a sort of personal touch to it. That's why if I'm with my mates, I'm just laughing about, and I'm just, you know, saying a bunch of shit. Oh shit! And I'm saying a bunch of shit. I laugh more than if I'm watching like a stand-up comedy special. Like I've been watching Netflix actually, and I watched Ari Shaffir and Tom Segura's Netflix specials that have been on there. Really funny. There are bits in there that make me laugh, but there are some where they're supposed to be good, and I'm just like, oh, this just isn't making me laugh. And it's not that the person isn't funny, I guess. Maybe some of the jokes I don't get, but like, you know, like some people who I think, oh, he's pretty funny, and I don't laugh at all. Like Marlon Wayans, I didn't find his special to be funny, and I guess I expected it to be because I think he's funny in his films. What am I doing? I'm not used to the controls on this, but I want to try archery because I'm a wood elf. So yeah, if you struggle like me, I feel your pain. Where you just like, oh, I want to find stuff funny because I want to find stuff funny, and I want to laugh at them, and I want to be like, you know, this is fucking great. This is actually making me laugh
That looks like the way
hard.
out. I knew we'd make it.
Because to me, there's no better feeling than laughing. It's like one of the best feelings in the world. Like when something funny happens and it releases those endorphins and you're like having the best time ever. It's better than money.
Wait.
Because that's something that makes you actually happy.
There he goes. Looks like he's gone for good this time.
Yeah, he's fucked off.
No
And now
way
I'm
to
gonna
know
fuck
if
you
anyone
off.
else made it
See you
out
later, mate.
alive. But this place is going to be swarming with Imperials soon enough.
So
Better clear out of here.
if you watch something, that you have you ever had it where you've watched something and you're laughing and you think, this is funny, this is really funny, it's just one episode, and then you watch another, then you watch like loads of episodes after that, and then you're like, okay, I'm not laughing anymore. Yeah, that happens a lot to me as well, and that's so disappointing when I find that. Like, I'm like, what happened to this? Like, maybe it's something that other people didn't find funny, and that I just found funny, and then they changed it to suit other people because maybe I'm just the odd number of people that found it funny rather than the majority that find the other stuff they do funny, I guess. Yeah, stuff like that. really like interest me. Comedy interests me on a whole. You know, trying to find out what makes people laugh, like, because sometimes I'll think of something funny to say and sometimes it'll hit, but sometimes it'll just fall flat. And I think my main problem, you know, oh, who knew, I don't think I'm actually not funny as such, because sometimes I feel, oh, I'm not funny because my joke doesn't land. I think I can be, but I think my problem is I think of something in my head, and in my head it's like, this is funny, but I go through such a weird and convoluted and a way that it's funny in my head because I know what I'm saying, but how I'm describing it to other people is not making much sense, or making the joke too complex for them to understand it. And it's not that, oh, I'm smarter than you because I've got complexity. It's like literally, I'll choose the hardest way to make something sound so simple. Like then I just completely over exaggerated my words and, you know, talked about things and made them. I'm doing that now because I'm struggling to find the shorter way to say things.
How do you know him?
And you know, that's what happens to me.
You really are Rayla's
So
friend. I'll be glad to help you.
I think that's
But you
what
didn't
happens
answer my question.
to me. So I'm very
How do you know
interested.
him?
Like, okay, this person's making this thing. It's
A dragon?
witty. It's snappy. It's
Helgen?
quick. It's,
It can't be.
you know, and
Although,
I'm very
it would
interested in
explain
that
what I
sort
saw
of
earlier.
humour,
Lying down
that
the
sort of
valley
comedy,
from
and
south.
how
I
people
thought
can
I
sort
must
of
have just
do
been
that.
seeing things.
Because I mean, I thought of
Don't know
doing
why,
stand
but
up
I actually
before
believe you.
with
You've got the look of someone who's just
not
seen a dragon.
because
Things just go from bad to
I
worse.
think I'm really funny,
First the war, now dragons.
which is not a great
What's this
start if you
world
want to be a
coming to?
comedian.
The Jarl needs to know if there's
But
a
because
dragon
I
on the
thought,
loose.
I think it'd just be
Riverwood
fun
is
to just
defenseless.
fuck
We
around,
need to get
tell
word to Jarl
jokes, and
Balgruuf in White
even
Town to
writing
send
jokes,
whatever
just
troops he
like
can.
writing a joke and being
If
like,
you do that
okay,
for me, I'll be in your debt.
I think this is funny. Well, I find it fun to just try and think of stuff that I find funny and stuff that I think will make other people laugh, and then be completely heartbroken when it falls flat on my face and I look like a prick, because I've either offended someone or it's just genuinely just flat, and people are like, James, come on, man. It's like they don't. It's like when someone laughs at you because your joke is shit, you feel awful. But I think it's even worse when you tell a joke and it's so fucking bad that they have to sort of bring you into an intervention and be like, yeah, come on, man. That genuinely gave me anal cancer listening to that joke. Like, listening to that come out your mouth physically gave me a brain tumour. Like, someone has to tell you how bad it was, and use an illness to explain how bad your joke was. Yeah, I think that's worse. I've had that before where I'm like, oh great, someone's gonna laugh, and then they're just like, James, come on, you're better than this. And I'm like, I know I'm better than this, man. People are probably thinking that right now because this isn't funny. So I play games. I play games by thinking a lot and just like talking a load of shit. That's what I like to do, is I like to talk shit.
Good enough.
Oh well. Must have run off.
You handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield, brother.
What's a shield? Anyway,
Not for me to say. The old man's got
comedy
it.
is an
If you go to
interesting
him,
subject.
Good luck.
And I'll tell you what, another thing that I think makes comedy interesting is, and what makes it so difficult to grasp, is because, of course, so many people have different variables of what they find funny. What I find funny might, you know, make someone else just bored half to death, and vice versa. Like, if I watch Frasier, I'm sure many people at home are going, ha 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 ha. But I'm just sitting there going, what the fuck am I watching? Why are there a load of posh twats just spouting a load of shit with people laughing in the background? Like, the laugh tracks in the background. Why are people laughing? I know it's not real laughter. I know it's just a track playing. Why are people laughing at this shit? And I sort of go on a tangent in my inner thoughts.
City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
Yeah.
But we'll be keeping an eye on
Get
you.
fucked. But you know, like, so you have those moments where you're like, a joke just falls flat, but then, like, it makes up for it all when you say that one thing where, like, everyone's just like spitting their drinks out and shit, and you're like, wow, I'm fucking funny. Like, you think you're Dave Chappelle because you told a joke and like 3 people laughed, and then you go and tell that joke to someone else, or maybe you tell another joke. Have you ever had that? Have you ever had a joke actually where you just told a joke and it's been funny and people will fucking spat their drink out and they've been laughing, and then you said a joke straight after that and crickets, just absolute crickets, and you're like, oh, it brings you back down to earth a bit, and I feel you need them. So, stuff like that happening. If you heard that knock, that's my brother coming home from college. He actually has the bus pass, which I'm going to use to go get some shopping in a bit, so I guess I'm going to play this a little bit, get this quest started, and then probably finish. So what can we end things on? Maybe a... he's just slammed the fucking dogs, he's a spastic. Maybe an overview of my week. So this week I've been working, watching YouTube, playing Red Dead, FIFA, Black Ops 4.
So you were at Helgen. You saw
It's just been a chill week, I guess. I've just I've been trying to, like,
Really?
I'm trying to make myself better by doing things better, like I said earlier with the dressing well. I'm trying to dress better, trying to make things, you know, look good on myself, and I'm thinking of getting new clothes and stuff like that, and, you know, just improving my self-image, because I think that might make me feel better. Not that I'm feeling bad or anything, but I think the phrase "look good, feel good" is just true on so many levels. As before, I've just not really given... I've walked plenty of times to the shops, and I know it's just the shops, but with a football shirt, tracksuit bottoms, greasy long hair, with a fucking neck beard, patchy, greasy face, with fucking flip-flops. I've done that many a time, and not given a single fuck.
That would be best.
And it's not that I want to make myself feel good, be like, yeah, look in the mirror, yeah, you actually look good today. Like, this goes with this, and maybe that's just a phase I'm going through, or maybe it's something I want to change into and transition. I hope it's something I'm transitioning into,
particular talents, perhaps.
Because
let's go find
in the end, I think that'll make me
He's been looking
a
into a
better
matter related to
person.
these dragons and
Not in terms of like treating other people better and stuff like that, but I think it'll make me a better person, more presentable, more confident, because I think confidence is very hard to get out of me talking to people. Like when I first started working, I'd talk to no one, and I've started talking to people now and sort of been like trying to bring conversations to people, and I think it's just this new thing I'm trying to get through, because I'm usually just the quiet guy who says nothing. You know, you can call me a cunt and whatever and I won't say shit. I don't want that shit. I want to fucking have enough confidence in myself to say, okay, I'm gonna tell you what I think, and you may have this other opinion, but I'm not gonna fucking bow down to you and your opinion and be like, yeah, you're right, I'm an idiot, like I usually do. I want to be different. I want to be better. I want to know that I'm right. That person is wrong. This is my opinion, and that may seem big-headed and stuff like that. And maybe I'm not wrong some of the time. Maybe sometimes I'm absolutely in the wrong, but I at least want that freedom to know that, okay, at least this is my opinion. This is something I think, and no one's making decisions for me, because yeah, that's the thing I hate the most, when people are just like, oh, you don't think the way I think, so you're a bad person. So I don't want to be like that anymore. I want to think for myself, because I'm very persuaded by other ideals, because I don't have the confidence, or maybe just the thoughtful aware of, maybe I'm right, maybe because maybe the other person isn't as clever as I am, or maybe the other person isn't as well read into that area as I am. Maybe my opinion is valid, and I think that's what it comes down to in the end, making your opinion valid. And I think my confidence in proving that, I think, will help me, and it will make me a much happier and a much freer person. Anyway, I've got a stopwatch beside me. I mean, on my stopwatch it says 37 minutes, so it'd be roughly around that right now. I think we'll end it there. If you're watching, thank you, appreciate it. If you have comments, if you want to comment how I should improve, because I want to improve sort of talking into the camera and just saying a bunch of shit and stuff like that, because I think to myself during this, like, James, you're just changing conversation, you need to stick to one thing. That maybe I should just do me and just do what I think I want to talk about. People won't get this, people won't understand what you're on about, because people aren't interested in this, and only you are. And that's there you go, that's talking about the confidence. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Comment if you like, subscribe if you want to hear more. I don't know what I'm going to call this yet. I was going to call it James's Almost a Podcast, but it's more of a playthrough than a podcast, but it's kind of a podcast because I talk to myself about stuff. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Do the classic Skyrim outro, looking at my face. Hello. This is, fuck, what do I call my guy? What do I call my guy? I actually don't know. Should be, oh, but whatever. Anyway, now it's the end of the episode. We're going. I might make another one when I come back from the shops. I might quickly just end this, upload it, go to the shops, come back, maybe cook some dinner, then maybe record another episode, because I think this is fun. I enjoy talking about fuck all, really. It's about shit, my own opinions. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, that sort of shit, and I will see you guys in another episode, hopefully. Take care.